There are 3,200 visually impaired people in Singapore registered with the Singapore Association of the Visually Handicapped, but just 2 guide dogs for the blind. While guide dogs don't come cheap, with one averaging $40,000, the reason more visually impaired people here don't get them is cultural. Many people in Singapore do not accept these walking dogs in public spaces like the MRT, shopping centres and buses.
Give me your paw. Say please.
Miss Cassandra Chew is one of the 2 visually impaired people in Singapore who has a guide dog. She was paired with a Labrador Retriever Esme just 5 months ago, and Esme has gotten Cassandra from place to place more safely and quickly than her white cane ever did. But Esme's appearance isn't always welcomed in public.
After work in the evening, we went to my GP, took the queue number, and I was going to go to ATM to draw money. But on the way down to the ATM, which is I had to go down an escalator, someone threw something at me. And because my helper was holding my daughter and she was behind, I asked if she saw what happened. My helper was saying that she saw this lady throw a cup at me.
Though incidents like that are rare, Cassandra's everyday actions like taking a bus can also be inconvenienced by Esme's presence.
If I deviate from my timing of going to work and the regular bus driver, for example, the bus driver might not be familiar with the policy that both SMRT and SBS have, that guide dogs are allowed onto buses and onto all premises of the trains, and therefore they query or they refuse to take me. There have been such situations before.
Such situations often result from the lack of public awareness and understanding about guide dogs, and this deters many blind people from getting guide dogs.
They look at Cassandra, they look at Kwa Cheng Hong, and they say these people face so much problems going to work, going to recreation, that they are fearful that they cannot, overcome this fear factor or this obstacle. So we really are working very hard now to open all doors, all shopping centres, malls and recreation places and transport, so that they do not face this problem. So that more blind people will be open to guide dogs in their life, because really it will help them a lot.
NTUC and Cold Storage have recently allowed guide dogs onto their premises. Owners and their guide dogs have to go through rigorous training separately and together before they can step out in public. The owners undergo orientation and mobility training, which teaches them how to use a white cane, how to rely more on their hearing, and to navigate their way using GPS. Training for the dogs starts when they are just a few months old. They are trained not to be overly inquisitive and to always stay by the side of their owners. Labradors and Golden Retrievers are often favoured because of their work ethic, early maturation and intelligence.
We work with Guide Dogs Victoria, and in their Guide Dogs Victoria, only about 40% of every litter of puppies actually become full-fledged guide dog. You can breed 100 dogs, only 40 dogs will be qualified to be guide dogs. Now, out of the 40 dogs that qualify, you still need to match them with the blind persons. So it may be in the end only 20% of the dogs can be matched to those blind people, because dogs are like humans. Just like you cannot just take a boy and a girl and say, oh, look, be boyfriends and girlfriends.
Straight on.
Guide dogs can work for about 9 years before being retired. They can then continue to be kept by the owner or given away. The owner then needs to get another guide dog. The Guide Dogs Association for the Blind is planning to bring 4 more dogs to Singapore this year. As Singaporeans are still not used to these 4-legged guides,
Straight on. Nuh-uh, Ezzy, straight. Straight on.
Cassandra brings a white cane, a pair of sunglasses, her blind person identification card, and a printout of the legislation that states that guide dogs are allowed in all public places wherever she goes with Esme. Next up, watch how Esme helps out in Cassandra's daily life and why it's worth having her despite other inconveniences.